answering back.
Wow, you'd think that Brilliant's gonna do something, but we're gonna see here Pop Wulung is the lone wolf supporting the White Tigers. We're gonna go for Onyx. Thank you so much, but you can see there are a lot of CCs pouring on, and you can also use that ult from Kibo to pretty much CC for Hijime to stop that Brilliance to actually kill him. Very, very intelligent from Onyx, knowing what to do in the right situation.
Onyx is just well known for being able to manage the crowd control and time everything, but now Sans gets jumped on, he might get taken out.
Stalling and Divine Judgment though on towards Sans. Keyboy now taking a lot of damage at the backside. Take a look at this Keyboy. A lot of damage taken. He will be taken down as Taz finds the neutral objective. EVOS Legends now with the response. Finally, with a good team fight, with a good initiation as well, he's able to find that neutral objective. Now it's a 1v1 here. Hijime and CW. Hijime though, taking a lot of damage, will not do business as Brands in the backside will try to somehow force that throw. Oh, Hijime forcing the order of brilliance rather, but it still survived.
God, CW, like we've memed this guy a lot for Melissa and 1-1-2 Pony, but if you're on Melissa and you're actually good at it, what can you do? Just use it. And you actually win on lane, win in 2v1 situation. My goodness, this guy's a monster.
Whew, he just knows, man. He has the Inspire, and that is something that EVOS Legends don't seem to respect. They try and go, and without understanding that Melissa in the all-in situation is just so much more deadly than a Brody. And the numbers advantage, yes, it helps you out, but with the models, this Melissa, this is what makes her so dangerous right here, being able to do damage to so many members at the same time. Looking at the items, already a Corrosion Sight completed, and going for a bit more lifesteal here. It seems to be a Demon Hunter sword being built up. Looking at the Mansitar and the Fredrin, there seems to be a lot of tankiness. He wants to burst through, but Kyrie makes a play right here and forces that brilliant order.
Yeah, it seems like here just to force that skill out. And it seems like item-wise as well here, both gold laners here farming up well. Brands is basically equal, right, gold-wise with CW. Nothing much though, right? Onyx and EVOS now equal rounds.
Well, it's equal, but at the same time, it's a Brody against a Melissa. So if you're going equal on a hero that you picked up to try and be aggressive in the early game, this is not ideal, but Dreams goes in.
Flicker Divine Judgment on towards Boost now, 3v1, penalty zone, on towards Hijime, flickers away, and Brands picks up another 200 gold. And that is a good sign if you're a White Tiger fan.
That's the cheesy lineup from Brands and crew, knowing that he has not had a good time against a Melissa. He rotated down bottom and actually going to take this bottom lane turret. My goodness, Psychos, goodbye, Keyboy with another setup. Onyx almost equaling on kills.
That's just so aggressive coming in from Onyx, but it's the right time as well. The turtle just spawned right here, and Taz, he is just not tanky enough. Just set in front and take that DPS coming from CW. Without Psychots in the picture, the engage tool isn't available as Keyboy charges it up. He goes in!
Yeah, catching one there. No clear follow-up damage though. Kyrie finds the last turtle, and take a look at Sans. Take a lot of damage, but the penalty zone finds two. And say bye-bye to Dreams. Say bye-bye to Taz in minute number 7. Onyx stepping on the gas. Perhaps he won the mid side here. Is this too greedy? Psychots, Brands, Hijime trying to defend. Keyboy charges will not commit on towards it just yet, as they are able to defend that mid side for now.
Once again, the synergy between Sans and Boots, knowing what to do at the right time. 2 knockouts, but Keyboy might be eyeing for another siege. He's setting up.
Yeah, the mid side, another target. King's Calling pops here. Order of Brilliance pops. Sans in the backside, trying to find a member. Torn apart memory pops as well. Again, a successful defense there in that mid side. EVOS Legends and Onyx, they're again very even.
Make sure you guys get the free hero skin with every item collaboration with the UBS Gold promo right here, guys. There's just so many unique merch available, so make sure you don't miss out on that promo. But now, speaking of gold, 1.2k lead for Onyx. This means that EVOS Legends need to be very wary on how they want to approach these team fights. They've been comboed once. They need to make sure that their spacing is perfect, because compared to Onyx, their team can really do much better if they're separated from each other, right? The only time they really need to come together is when Dreams goes for the Divine Judgment. So whenever he goes for that, the team needs to recognize the second objective here. Yes, burst down the guy being pulled in, but also make sure that we don't get engaged on afterwards.
Conceal play from side of EVOS Legends here does not find anybody, doesn't really connect. Onyx with the read as well here, defending in that inner turret. And it seems like here now, Onyx, they are the ones picking their battles. They realize that EVOS Legends, they're missing on the map, so you do not want to really overextend it. You do not really want to commit on towards anything here before perhaps gathering more info.
It is 15 seconds-ish before the Lord spawns, so this is the right moment for teams to try to go for a pickoff. So you can see both these teams trying to scout for information. EVOS has a bit of a lead here, but Boots is the target to jump on. Not exactly the squishiest member. And you can see the retaliation coming from CW. A lot of resources being used, especially the King's Calling. So now Onyx has free reign to just jump in and use that mobility.
Yeah, a little too premature there on that King's Calling, but take a look at the Lord now. Oh, penalty zone combined with the retribution. Kyrie finds one. Fiery finds the double as Brands now was knocked up. No clear damage though, but CW is there. And take a look at the backside. Keyboy finds another kill. Psychots now the next casualty as CW claims the double. Onyx now claims the Lord and winning the team fight.
The King's Calling is very, very costly. Lord and 4 members of EVOS Legends gets taken down, and Onyx just has to snowball the heck out of it. This is looking like another deja vu from the regular season game.
They just didn't expect it, man. Everything happened so quick, and it just happens like that. Kyrie will be able to steal away the purple buff as well, and look at the control here. Onyx already waiting for the next opportunity. They need to fight S5, there's no way. You saw that Psychots, as tanky as it is, he didn't get to use a single spell, didn't get to use a single basic attack when every single crowd control from Onyx is chained perfectly. With the Lord coming in right here, you need to be aware of where everyone is. Keyboy is in the bushes, he is not showing on the map at all.
They're not looking good for the side of EVOS Legends now. Inner turret to the mid side and trying to be defended by the side of EVOS Legends. Will they be able to? It seems like for now they will not. It will fall. Bot side inner turret will be taken down as well as all of the inner turrets will be taken down. The one good thing about this is the magic sentry play can be the arsenal here for the side of EVOS Legends.
Also, you're missing out on high mechanical gameplays from Onyx if you're not coming here to the venue in GXPO D2 Hall Arena. Don't forget to buy it on Fleably. You can scan the QR code just now, just rewind it. But of course, Onyx looking to end the game as fast as possible. Well, I mean, if they actually go for the late game composition, they still win it out anyway. And I want to ask you a question, Arashi. Like, in late game, once Boots has the flicker, like, is there any way for EVOS to actually retaliate?
You just have to make sure that everyone can't really follow up at the same time. If he goes in alone, that could be, you know, like, you can still counter-engage it, right? Send Taz to stop everyone with the big 4-man taunt, maybe. That's a possibility, especially because you can see the items right here. CW is going for that full glass cannon build, so if Dreams is able to land a huge Divine Judgment, there's a chance for Hijime or Brands to burst him down, and we've seen EVOS on the receiving end of such a play. They have picked up that strategy from Geek Slate, from Beloyski. This is something they're looking for right now, but Onyx, with the penalty zone, with the Kufra just blocking everything, it's just so difficult for them to match the potential ways to engage if they're only relying on this Kaja.
Oh, no Dreams? Okay, didn't get spot down, but
Keyboy, conceal play now on the backside. Keyboy and Boots. Keyboy charges, will not catch anybody. Hijime in the backside, trying to be cheeky.
Oh,
not yet. Yeah, Onyx did not really figure that one out. Hijime was isolated practically. Only if Hijime showed there, it's gonna be messy for side of EVOS Legends. But it's another reset here. The Lord that is enhanced now has spawned. EVOS though, they're very, very early to the party here. Behind at 7,500 gold, it seems like it doesn't phase them.
well, they are early to the party and too early because the waves are pushing in the top side. That is what Onyx was looking for, even though they were unable to get a kill. They have the pressure right now, and they're using it, and they can just draw this out as long as possible. And keep in mind the level difference. Kyrie, already level 15 against Taz, level 13, and Keyboy, he sees an opportunity right here. He goes for it. It does not land, but it does zone everyone from EVOS away from the Lord.
It seems like here it's another reset. EVOS will not commit on towards anything just yet here. Yeah, they will decide to, again, just back off and defend that top side. Onyx, though, will claim the Lord comfortably.
Intelligent play from Onyx, knowing that slow push in the top lane. Brands has to go back to clear the lane and get the gold. get as much gold as possible towards your damage dealer, towards the Brody. But at this time of the game, it's almost 10k gold lead, 9k gold lead for Onyx. Things are looking very bleak for EVOS Legends, especially with this kind of composition. It's hard to actually make the Lunox pop off because you need also a good setup for a Lunox to work. If it's a Yeef, if it's a good high ground hero, it might be a different case, but in this time, it's a burst dealing damage mid later.
Look at the items. Only a Genius one on top of the Clock of Destiny Lightning Truncheon combo. That's great and all, but look at Terizla, look at Kupra. Already the Athena shield is available. So you can't really burst down. You can kind of do DPS. But at this point, you're competing with a late game full build Melissa. So that in itself is not really a realistic solution.
Seems like Kaja and Lunox is trying to look for a flank there. So, yeah, the combination of Heejui and as well as Dreams here looking for an opening in the backside Sans. Oh my god, yeah, conceal play, there you go, the suppression connects and he gets taken out. A good read.
That would have been a different story for Onyx, but at this time, EVOS has the W and they're looking for more.
Oh my god, Liquor hook there, does not connect. T-Boy though, in front side here, a lot of damage taken. Immortal will be popped now. Will they commit more? Liquor is away as torn apart memory does not connect on towards the roamer there. Onyx, who had a lead almost 8,000 earlier, now down to 6.5. EVOS Legends, slowly but surely here, responding back.
Onyx, man, they just made a bit of a mistake. They lost Sans initially.
1v1 Brands, will he succeed? No. T-Boy, take a look at him. He will not be able to escape. This is one, no immortal for him this time. Boots now in the King's Calling, trying to do the damage on towards Reeves, but in the backside, it was CW dishing out the damage. Kyrie, though, manages to solo Brands off camera, and it's Onyx again on the offense.
Wow, I feel like Rance tried to pull off a Benny, but Onyx with that perfectly, just sending Sans alone on that top side, reading it out perfectly, and almost taking them down. Unless with the flicker there, he would have died from the rough.
Oh, flicker penalty zone on towards Zero. No clear damage though, no casualties, but Heejui now, without order, will not be able to survive. Sans picks up the kill. In the backside now, Psychos taking a lot of damage, Faust the Immortal, but it's gonna be the base now to expose an Onyx Esports. They strike first in the series.
Decisive. Dynamite detonate on EVOS Legends as they take a 1-0 lead over the White Tigers. Onyx, it's looking like it's definitely their series to lose 1-0. And that's decisive. It's kind of an understatement, right, Rashi? In draft, in gameplay, it's a gap in a lot of things. And, you know, it's deja vu again. It's not much of a stomp compared to before, but in this case, it's still a W, a very, very good W for Onyx.
It's more than just a good W, man. They were able to get a great draft. They were able to execute the game plan. There was that one hiccup in the late stage of the game, but even then, they ensured that the most critical members are always in good hands. And honestly, with the draft, it's so good for them. They were actually able to work around all the crowd control by being the aggressor from the side of Onyx. So it's just a solid game plan from the coaches and solid execution. The coordination between the coach and the players here is absolutely phenomenal.
I completely agree with you. I mean, both, well, EVOS Legends, nice try, right? But it seems like Onyx, they were just too clean with it. You know, very sharp here from the drafts even. EVOS Legends here were trying to replicate their somehow approach going up against Geek Slate, letting the Joy go. But this is Onyx we're talking about, right? It's not, it will not fall to the XP. It will most definitely fall to the jungle. And this is what a Joy jungle can do to you. Dismantle you. Slowly, but just so deadly.
Yeah, the dynamic duo of Adi and Yep prevails over EVOS. And you can see there are Boots also. A lot of penalty zone towards the best target possible. And in the end, it's always Boots that starts the team fight. It's always Boots that set up for Sans to make the best play possible. I feel like this guy might be the front runner for MVP in this match, Rashi, but we'll see it in the future.
Oh man,
Wow.
The fact that they can rely on Boots to be the main engage tool means that by default, Keyboard is always in position to re-engage, to counter-engage. So they just made sure that EVOS was playing along with their game plan, and it really worked out. I mean, every single time there was an objective, the timing, if you pay attention for Onyx,
Yeah.
is always impeccable. Something's about to spawn, some area needs to be contested. That is where they go and find those big plays, and which is why they know that the rewards are there. That's why they are willing to invest so many things. A flicker, 2 flickers even, depending on what is on the table. And then afterwards, I think for the side of Onyx, having a Melissa against all these tanky heroes is just so good. At one point, a single basic attack from CW was able to chunk Taz down by 2,000 HP.
That's-
One hit. That's
Wait,
one
what?
hit. 2,000.
Here's a question. Can you be sure? Can you be exact? Was that a critical or was it just a
I
basic
think-
critical or basic?
I think there's another
attack?
damage that goes in aside from CW.
No,
because
no,
this
no,
is a
no.
Trinity build.
Yeah. What?
This is the corrosive side.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the Demon Hunter sword, you do percentage max
Yeah.
HP damage, and with Taz stacking the HP, that was a lot.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was a lot.
when Taz was backing away and CW just hitting. I was like, wow, that's a lot of damage.
On
You
towards
heard me
the
go
fence,
like,
a lot of damage.
ouch. Like what? That doesn't seem legal, honestly. But yeah, the team fight was just so solid, and unfortunately for Evos, right, they were only able to get a victory if they're able to get behind Onyx, but with so many tools available, they just were unable to do so. So if they want to try and match Onyx in the, I don't know, in the aggression, they need to find the right tools, right? Get some winning lanes, because Psychots, he wasn't doing that bad, but compared to Boots, right, he just was not having the same kind of impact.
Well, the weird thing is, Arashi, like I've seen a lot of setups, objective setups for Onyx Esports. Onyx, they're actually the one who starts the total most of the time, and it's weird. Why? Because they have Lunox and Kaja in the mid lane trying to clear the lane for EVOS. Compared to Sans, most of the time he's alone trying to clear the lane after EVOS clears it, which means like the bush owning is usually EVOS's game, but it's always Kyrie who starts the agenda. And you can see here the itemization. Look at that, Arashi. 2 Twilight Armors from Keyboy and Boots. Remember, it's patch to the old passive.
The old passive that reduces the max amount of damage you can take in one sitting, essentially. So it makes sense against the burst damage of Evo's Legends, and it definitely paid off, because for the most part, even if Boots and Keyboy gets taken out, it takes way too much time. Like we mentioned, at that point, Brant isn't trying to burst down members, he's trying to deal DPS, and he's competing against a Melissa, against Kyrie on the Joy as well. And it's just way too much DPS if you're trying to calculate it that way. And on the point of the Joy, yes, Kyrie had a stellar performance here, 5-0 and 4. But I might argue that in the grand scheme of things, if Kyrie was on any assassin or even a fighter jungler, it would have been the same outcome. As long as you can provide the same kind of damage, because at every point, it's not about Kyrie stealing the neutral objective using a retribution, right? He was already set up for success because Boots was zoning Taz away, because the whole team was able to one-shot Taz, before the objective was even contested. So with that strategy from Onyx, it was just a very clean objective take every single time. Looking at the stats here, the rich guy and the carry is going to be CW on that Melissa. Keep in mind, this game wasn't that drawn out. 81,000 damage. That Melissa damage against tanky members like the Mincetar and the Fredrin is definitely something that teams need to try and be aware of, right? If they want to go against the Melissa, maybe pick high armor, less HP based heroes.
Perhaps that could be the approach. But my goodness, Dreams though, in a loss, still 100% KP.
Whoa. Well,
Eight
that's
total
the
kills
gameplay,
though.
right?
It's not
But-
like 2, it's not like 3, it's 8. So he contributed quite a lot there.
Yeah, the difference between EVOS and Onyx though, Dreams is the only engaged tool. Maybe with some of the hooks that Psychos lands, but there's
Apart
no
from
hooks. we haven't seen that many hooks in that game, but
Not that
in case for
significant,
Onyx, you're gonna go in with Keyboy, just charging on the first
Sans.
kill. Sans, maybe you can find a single flank, like a solo kill, might be happening.